This is Kenny. Hello everybody. This is Kenny Avery. And tonight's podcast, I have a good friend of mine, Marine veteran, Joe Sutton. How you doing, Joe?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Joe, you're a Marine, so why don't you do us a favor? Give me a little bit of a background about the Corps and what you did and what you're doing now.
All right. Fifth generation of my family is serving the Marine Corps. Served 4.5 years. Uh, did 3 deployments. First deployment was to Ramadi, Iraq. Second deployment was to South Pacific. We did basically from Okinawa, Japan, Guam, Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines. We did disaster relief in Leyte, Philippines in 2006. And then another pump back to Ramadi, Iraq in 2000, the end of 2006, beginning 2007. Uh, it was great. Best and worst years of my life.
Best and worst years, huh?
Yes, sir.
I think all of us can say that. Joe, so you have a dog. You have
I
a
do.
service dog. Well,
Say again.
let's talk about your puppy.
Coco. Yes. Uh, ditzy. She's a little bit ditzy, but she's a great dog. She uh she likes to bark at inanimate objects
Okay.
consistently. But she's a great service dog. Uh she is a so I refuse to say labradoodle, but see, she's a half poodle, half Labrador mix. Uh, she's inside right now with all the girls, but no, she's a great dog. She can pick up on the cues. She understands, and she's by my side no matter what. Uh, even nights, when I have a hard time sleeping, it could be 2 in the morning. She gets right up with me. She'll be right next to me the whole time. So,
How's she like going to the VA?
uh, she doesn't go there often. Uh, she loves going out. Doesn't matter where it is. She loves being in the car. She is great in the car. She just kind of hangs out. Backseat's hers.
All right. How does that? How has this dog helped you?
Uh, when I struggle with a lot of things, she's right there. Emotional support. Um, a lot of times she takes my mind off of whatever the stressor is or whatever I'm dealing with. Nightmares, night terrors, stuff like that. She's good at kind of calming me down. I don't even know why. I don't really understand, but maybe it's the attention that when she sees me struggling, she kind of comes up. She'll jump up and kind of she either wants to be petted or whatever. She's just by my side, you know. Uh, the whole dynamic of having a service dog is they pick up on cues, and then once they pick up on the cues, they kind of help you kind of get through it, depending on whatever it is you're going through. Um, and she's I've had her about 9 months. She is very well trained. Um, she listens not so much when we're here, but when we're out, when she's working, she's just a great dog. Even in training class, she'll set the tone depending on what class that we go to, and she's just she's incredibly intelligent. So
All right. So let's talk a little bit about your military career before we get into woodworking. So you did 3 deployments in Afghan.
no, 3 deployments: Ramadi, Iraq, then the South Pacific, and then Ramadi, Iraq.
Okay. Talk about the NATO.
I worked for NATO 2010 and 11 in Afghanistan, um, supporting U.S. Army Signal Support Group. Uh, it was basically for the ISAF mission in Afghanistan, all over. I was based out of Kabul, but I'd be down in Leatherneck, out in Herat, uh, RC East, basically all the different regional commands.
Oh, okay.
So I was dealing with a lot of their system stuff. They have a set of tools called COP tools. They're common operational picture tools. Um, it's to give the commands a better operational view of the environment, the big picture landscape, what's going on in country. I GeoSit, JockWatch, JChat, CopIM, CopLM, different management tools that all the commanders use, uh, fed through different modes, different other systems to gather all the intelligence in one place, so that they can make better informed decisions.
Pretty
So
important job.
it was.
How did you get into woodworking?
I started woodworking on and off in my younger years, actually, probably about 20. Messing around with different stuff, building stuff. I helped a couple friends frame houses, done remodeling and stuff like that. And then recently, within the past 2 years, I did a build out Leilani Asian Fusion restaurant in Aurora.
Okay.
Um, there was a veteran nonprofit that needed assistance building it out. So me and one of the other veterans, uh, who's also in K9 for Veterans, Sam, that's where we met. We started helping this guy, Greg. And from there, uh, it was basic, I want to say carpentry, uh, cleaning up all the wood, milling it, and then from end to finish, everything from sanding it down, milling it, staining it, and then assembly. We did all the woodworking except for the floors in Leilani Asian Fusion in Aurora. Then from there, I started working with Patriotic Frog. Is another veteran-owned business. He's located out of Bartlett. Him and his wife run. His name is Bobby. I love them. They're great. Bobby had CNC machines, basically a full shop set up in his garage. And when I was done building Leilani, I had nothing but free time. So, started talking to Bobby, and he was cool with me coming up there and learning everything. So that took it to a whole nother level. I learned how to use CNC machine, the lasers, and just kind of refine everything that I had already known about woodworking.
Well, I can see that behind you. Looks like your garage is also your workshop, huh?
Yes, sir.
What do you all get? What do you got in there?
Uh, I have two CNC machines, two lasers, basically just about every woodworking tool that you would need, minus a shaper. I've got joiner, planer, drum sander, table saw, router table, just about anything and everything you need to do woodworking.
How's this help with your therapy?
It helps. It from the perspective of staying busy, kind of staying out of my own mind, out of my own head. Woodworking is a great relief when it comes to like PTSD. Uh, the focus sometimes that it takes to make some of the stuff, it's just fulfilling. I don't really know how to explain it. It helps. It's just one of those things where when I come out in the garage and start working on something, it takes my mind off of everything else. And I'm able to kind of focus on whatever project I'm doing, whatever I'm making. So
So how many things at one time can you do? I mean, I'm sure you multitask a lot at one time.
it all depends on how I set things up. If I'm using the machines, both CNC machines, I could run, depending on how I lay it out, I could technically batch things out doing 2 or 3 items at a time. So take one piece of wood, do 3 designs on there, say catch-all trays. And once I start the program, it'll start cutting all 3 of them out. Um, Laser engraving is usually one at a time, unless I make a jig and set everything up next to each other. But it all depends on what I'm doing. I kind of do things in batches. Uh, the past couple days, I've been doing wine butlers. Basically, you
Yeah.
put it over the center of a bottle, and you can put wine glasses in there.
You got anything? Can you show somebody one of them?
This would be a wine butler for 2 glasses. This is for 4 glasses. Another one for 4 glasses. There's another one for 2 glasses. So basically, it sits on the wine bottle, and then the glasses sit on each side. More decorative type stuff. I do 3D signs. This is one of them that I did. It's a business name, but there's multiple layers in there.
Okay.
It says Living Edge Creations. Creations is on the bottom, and then Living Edge is on the top layer.
How do you do that? How do you make the multi-layer?
You design it up in computer-aided modeling program, and then run it on the CNC machine. So you have to know a little bit about computers to run the CNC machine.
I was just going to ask that question. How good do you have to be on a computer?
There's software out there that will do a lot of this stuff for you, but it all depends on the software that you're using. For the signs, a lot of the stuff that I do, you got to lay out the first layer and then lay out the second layer. And then there's a function called weld where it joins two of them together. And then from there, you got to define all your tool paths. So it's basically how you want it to cut, what layers you want it to cut, and so on and so forth. I could do 3-dimensional stuff, 2.5-dimensional stuff, and 2-dimensional stuff. So,
Well, got a little bit of an interruption here. My service dog just decided to open up the door and say hi.
nice.
So Goose, you got to go. Sorry about that, people.
No worries.
Sam Garcia, Joe's one hell of a woodworker. Come a long way this last year. Keep it up, brother.
Thanks, Sam. You too.
All right. What else? What else? I mean, I know that you donate and a lot of your product to our store over there in Bolingbrook, the Canine for Veteran outlet store.
I do. A lot of it comes down to when I'm trying to figure stuff out, learning new stuff. I'll do a batch run of it and then donate a lot of it or give it at a highly discounted, basically it'll cover the wood or something like that. And then it also puts something new in the shop. And it also helps Canine for Veterans because when they sell it, the proceeds go to them. I've been trying to make a lot of things in a unique fashion. So I took part of January off, part of February off, and kind of did a lot of product development stuff. It's not the most unique stuff, but like a whiskey cigar flight. So you can set your whiskey glass right here and then your cigars right here. Or this one for whiskey glass, a shot glass, and a beer. A lot of the other stuff is kind of ornamental. These you and me, infinity signs. Then I could put someone's name, I could put the names here, first name, last name. I love skulls. I have tons of skulls around here.
Yes, you do.
Punisher skull with Purple Heart and Paduke. These are some that I made earlier in the year at Patriotic Frog. This one was a trivet for Thanksgiving. It's got Paduke, walnut, cherry, and maple. I think mahogany. Just different home decor stuff. I was doing these whiskey cigar flights. This one's a custom one that I did.
Yeah, that one's in our store.
There's one similar to that, yes.
Yes.
And then I do a lot of dog type stuff. This was one of the first prototypes of a dog leash holder that I did. So it would have the 2 hooks here, and then you could hang your dog leashes from there.
Yeah. And you just don't do dogs. I mean, you put military stuff on there too?
Military, anything.
Anything.
Yes. So
Hey,
a lot of times I'll talk to I'll try and get feedback as what people are looking for. I know when you guys did World of Wheels, they asked for motorcycle stuff. So I made a bunch of them with the motorcycle one was like a chopper on there. I think that's the only motorcycle one I did. I did a bunch of them like that, but military themed stuff. So
You do a lot of military theme?
not really. You have to be licensed by the various branches to do it, and I'm working on that right now. I know when I was working with Patriotic Frog, Bobby's fully licensed, so he's allowed to do um, anything for the Marine Corps and the Navy. Uh, and the licensing process is not hard. It's just a matter of kind of getting everything together and submitting for it, getting approved. Uh, the Air Force and the Army are a little bit different with their licensing, but the Marine Corps and the Navy are the easiest ones to get.
All right. Let's talk a little bit about your wood. You have this one wood that really intrigues me, the Purple Heart.
Yes. So Purple Heart is the heartwood. I don't know what tree it's from. I do have a couple samples. I tend to keep that, a couple other rare species of wood on stock or in stock. Everyone loves Purple Heart because it's the purplish color that it turns from the sunlight.
How did it get its name?
Because it's purple.
Just because it's purple, but
It's
why
heartwood and
purple?
it's purple. Yes, there's yellow heart. There's Purple Heart. Yellow heart is it could be a bright yellow.
So you have different colors that aren't painted. It's just all natural.
Correct.
Wow. Wow.
Let me
How
get a
many
couple
different
samples.
types of wood do you use?
I was using a lot of exotics. I use a lot of walnut, maple, oak, cherry. I do use Purple Heart, Paduke, Yellow Heart, and there's different species, like subspecies within all of these. Some really highly figured types of walnut that I've used in the past, where it looks like almost ribbony. It looks like there's a ribbon pattern within the wood.
Right.
And I like to use that stuff because I feel like if you're making, especially with the whiskey cigar flights, you have to use something nice. You want something that really catches the eye, something that stands out that not everybody else has. So actually, Sam chimed in. Purple Heart.
Yes, Sam chimed in.
Trees of the genus Peltagine, specifically found in tropical rainforests of Central and South America, from Mexico down to southern Brazil. Thanks, Sam.
Thanks, Sam. Thanks.
Sam and I we've done a lot of work together, and it's been amazing watching him grow as well. He's definitely come a long way. He just came over. He had to pick up a couple signs actually, and he took some Purple Heart with him for the sign. So I can get some samples if you want. If you want to wait a second.
Yeah, go ahead. I want people to see what this Purple Heart looks like. I'll be right back, people.
So this is Purple Heart. It's a purplish wood. And as Sam says, it comes from the tropical rainforest, Central and South America. But this is how the wood looks. It'll actually have more brownish hue until it hits sunlight. Once it hits sunlight, the purplish color comes out a lot more deeper. And this would be Yellow Heart.
Okay.
So it has
Yeah,
more
you can see the yellow hue to it.
Yes. And then this is Paduke.
Oh, wow.
Orange.
What color?
It's orange. It's Paduke.
Orange.
Yes. So
them are nice. Them are three nice woods. Lori chimed in. She loves your grenades.
yes, the grenades.
The grenades.
Those things, they're great. They're not too bad running. It's just the maintenance that it takes, the toll it takes on the machines to run them becomes a little much. But I'll be batching out probably 50 more soon. I do them in batches like 50 and then spend 2 or 3 days cleaning the laser.
Okay, I gotta ask why.
Uh, the wood that it's made out of, it's a basswood. It's when it cuts, it has a heavy smoke content when it's being cut, so
Oh,
that gums up the laser. And then
oh,
it's a lot of scrubbing and cleaning to get the laser uh back to a good usable state.
a lot of maintenance on these laser machines
For the diode lasers, yes. Fiber and CO2, not as much. But for the diode lasers, yes.
for the
And it
dial.
also it depends on how you're cutting as well. So if
And
you run it slower, it'll probably won't be so bad. But I kind of run them fast.
so when you're working with, is any of this? I know this is gonna sound crazy, but any is this wood toxic or anything? I mean, when you're doing it, I mean, you're fine, right?
There's fumes. I have good dust collection. I have uh full air filtration system that Sam donated. So I run that, and most of the time I got the garage door open when I'm running everything. It might be 25 degrees outside. I'll be in the garage door will be open, and I'll be running this stuff. So
Does humidity play any role in that?
not so much. It could, but in the winter, I mean, garage doors or in the winter, most of the time the garage door is shut. In the summer, when the garage door is open, I do have the laser in its own enclosure, and I have filters and everything on there, so it should stay pretty well regulated.
So you got any new upcoming projects coming out?
I do have some stuff that I'm making for Fox Valley Marines. They ordered 160 whiskey cigar flights, so I'll be working on that. There's a couple other things coming down the pipe, so
So
you'll have
we
to
gonna
stay
get
busy.
to K9 get to see them first, or
Yeah, you guys will. And normally when I make something new, I bring it by, show Reggie, and then see what you guys want to do if there's any interest in it, and donate some stuff and kind of go from there. Getting customer feedback is a big thing that I've been looking for. If any of the customers or clientele have any suggestions how to better it, how to or something I could do different or what they want, that that would be a huge help. So I'm kind of trying to figure out things that I think people could use and want.
well,
Uh,
I know your cigar ones. A lot of compliments on that. A
yes,
lot of compliment. Everybody likes them. But everybody loves that grenade too. So,
that's true. There's acrylic grenades too. I haven't made any. Uh, Bobby at Patriotic Frog's been making a bunch of acrylic grenades.
oh, the ones that turn all different colors.
No, these ones are layered just like the wooden grenades,
Oh,
but they're cut out of acrylic.
oh,
And then we
okay,
also do have light up acrylic grenades that are poured out of a mold.
okay.
So, and they're
Lori wants to know how long it takes to make a grenade.
about 15 minutes to cut it and then another 20 minutes to glue it.
So a half hour, 40
About,
minutes,
yes,
and then you're gonna make 50 of them.
yes.
Wow, that's some time consuming there.
Well, last run was 50 of them.
It's
So,
not bad. It's not bad at all. Let's get back to your dog.
Coco.
Yeah, let's get back to Coco. So you go to the training facility over there in Chicago.
Yes, sir.
Do you ever go to the one in Joliet?
I've been to Joliet twice. It's a little bit of a hike from where I'm at. I'm in Yorkville. So, distance wise, it might not be farther, but when I was going over the summer to Joliet, it always seemed like it took me an hour to get there, where it's about 45 minutes to Chicago Training Center.
Oh, that's not bad. She likes that car ride though, right?
She does. She is great in the car.
She interacts well with other dogs. I've noticed that.
Yes, sir.
And the wife and kids love her.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about your company just a little bit.
The name of my company is Living Edge Creations. Initially, I was looking to go with a name, something like Dead Edge Creations, and it was more so because I don't do a lot of work with live edge stuff, and wood inherently, when it's after it's milled, is dead. Uh, it's still
What do you
warm
mean
enough
by that?
because it's already been cut down, milled,
Oh,
and
okay.
processed. So it's
Right.
not like a living tree
Right.
and it doesn't have the bark or live edge. But after some discussion, like with Sam and a couple of the other guys, I decided to go with living edge. And there's a little bit more background to that. I've struggled with PTSD, TBI, and we all got dark days, and that was the other part of living edge creations was that the living part. You know, uh, I have on my hand tattooed, "I got your six." It's
I
the
love it.
anti-suicide. I got your six. It's on my hand. If other veterans are struggling and they see it, come talk to me. And that's why I did it on my hand. Some people will get it small on their forearm or something like that. It's not the traditional colors, but my skin's not the best anyways for taking in greens, and it probably would look all ashy and non-vibrant. So, but yeah, it's
Yeah, well, now that you said it, you might as well tell everybody what I got your six means.
I got your six means just that. I have your six. If you're struggling, you're going through some stuff with PTSD or TBI, especially if you're a veteran and you see that tattooed on someone, you talk to them. If you're struggling, don't become one of those 22 a day. And
Exactly.
say again.
I said exactly.
And that's pretty much what it is. And this the semicolon in front of that is anti-suicide, which is it's basically anybody who has that tattooed on them may have already had an attempt or two, and that's our vow not to do it again.
I know what you mean. I definitely know what you mean. Because I'll tell you what, I've known you what, year now?
About
Yeah. And you're one of the nicest guys I've ever met. And like all of us, we're kind of quiet, but I could sit here and talk to you for hours, on end. And the great you're just a fantastic person. And I'm just
I
glad.
appreciate that.
Wow, bro, we're brothers.
Yes, sir.
And I'm just glad that K9 and has done for you and me and a lot of other people. And I mean, I know what our ultimate goal is. We want to help everybody,
Yes.
and I'm glad that you're doing what you're doing. That's why I got you on this podcast tonight to get you out there. We're going to put everything on the website too. All right, so everybody can reach out if they didn't hear. They can rewatch it, or they'll have all your stuff on there. We'll take care of that. Joe, it's been a pleasure.
Likewise.
It's been a pleasure. And I guess we'll talk soon. And then we'll go from there. I want to thank everybody for watching.
Thank you all.
Go ahead. You want to say something? Go ahead, Joe.
Thank you all, and thank you for all the support you give to K9 for Veterans, because it wasn't for everybody working together to make K9 for Veterans a thing, it wouldn't exist. And we wouldn't have the level of support we have without it. So thank you to everyone who supports K9 for Veterans.
All right, my brother. I will be talking to you. Everybody have a good night, and we'll see you next week.
You too. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.